Hi, in this video we will see an advanced thing you can do with Instadeq that a user did, and I think it's interesting to show, not that because I think many people will want to use it, but because it shows that even when Instadeq tries to be easy to use, it can do some advanced things. The thing is that this user wanted to calculate the difference or some formula based on each column in a row and the same value for the same column 5 rows above before, because the data came ordered by date and each row was a day, and wanted to calculate like a trailing difference or something like that. And so I'm going to replicate it with a simple column because I don't have the original dataset. So for this we are going to use the summarize card, which is also the most advanced card we have right now. So I'm going to create it and I'm going to drag the total to the query. So now I have the total, and of course in the output I have the total. We are going to need two values, and the first one is last items. So we need a list of where we keep the last 5 items in this case, but it works for any kind of number as long as it's not huge. So I'm going to create a list, something we also don't do a lot. So I need 5 items and I need them to be numbers because in this case it's the difference between numbers. So I'm going to click new list, and it's okay to be zeros. Like these ones are going to be the first 5 values that are going to be generated for the first 5 rows, because of course the first 5 don't have any value above them, 5 rows above. So the last items will be this number, and total 5 above, let's call it, we need it, so it's sort of 0. And the next value, so for each row in the input, that will be totals, and the next value for total 5 above is, let's open the formula editor, is the first item on the list, which list, the current value of the last items we are accumulating. If that list is empty, which is not the case, it's never going to be the case, but just in case, let's return 0. So we could have started with an empty list instead of an item with 5 items. And what we are going to do here is the next value for last items is a formula, and that formula, what it will do is it will slice the list, so it will basically pop the first value, and the list that it will pop from will be another formula, which will be append. So basically we're using this list as a queue. We add to the end and we take from the front and the current value of the list. The value we are going to append is total. If you're a programmer, you are getting it kind of. What we're doing is we're using a list as a queue. We are adding at the end. We are getting from the front, and the value we add is the current one, and the value we get is the fifth before. It's kind of concrete, but it works. So at the end is just these 4 lines in a sense. So we can see here, like the first value of total is 20, and we add it at the end, and the value for that is 0 because we popped the first one. We pop the second one and we add the 80, we add the 30, and once the 20 gets to the front, it's the last value there, and we continue popping from the front and adding at the end. And with this, what we can do is we can get the total. We don't care about the accumulator, so we are going to use a select to get rid of it, and I'm going to add a new value called difference, and the difference is the total minus the total 5 above. And now we get 20 here, and we add it to the output, and now we get the total, and we can see that this one is over here and this one is over here, and the difference for the first one is positive because the total 5 above is 0, and then 1 minus 20 equals negative 19. So it's a complex thing to do, but the fact that it's possible is interesting, and that's why I wanted to show you. Also because we are doing some operation on lists with these functions, and we are using the list section on the formula editor, which is something I almost never show. Also showing another use case for summarize that it's not a rolling column average, sum, or max or min, but something more advanced that can be done with it using a list as an accumulator. If you have any question, just find us on social media. Bye.